They found a walk in the woods and left the city's noisy noise. The girls went for a while on the natural round road that was rival-free, but the two criminal brothers followed them on hold. Suddenly, these three kitty cat girls encounters two young fellas who responded exciting happily on the fine dress and cute cuddly cat ears. The girls have forgotten to snap their coats as the pleated outstanding girly little skirts appeared very shiny clearly. What do three cuddly little kitty cat girls do in nice skirts out here in the woods? Thought the guys for sure, but they remained quiet. Maybe it was the suitcase, or if it was the night of the haunting forest around. It must look it very odd. The three girls with cute cat ears drags around with three large bags into the woods. So the guys left them in peace. After a while, these three cat girls came to a lake and they immediately began to search for the big oak tree with hole at the edge of the forest. They passed three huge trees until they came to a big oak tree that stood right up next to a step mountain. But none of these trees had hole in itself. The girls sat down to think for a moment that the forest was large enough for them, that they could be able to find all kinds of great oak trees with hole in. This will take a long time, thought Christina and Sign. A short distance away stood the two brothers behind a bush in order to not be seen and studying the girls. Christina suddenly turned around and caught sight of a few flower buds that have luminescent stones instead of flowers. These flowers have not been there before, and they have the same coloring as Christina's crystal. When the kitty cat girls stood right up, they discovered that these crystal flowers seemed to stretch from the great oak tree beside the step mountain, forming a trail up to the girls. There were more places with those flowers that stretched toward the same tree, and the tree had larger crystal flowers around it than further away. Now it is, thought Christina, we probably not have more chances. The girls walked up to the great oak that actually had a small hole near the ground. They probably had not looked enough to the tree properly, but they must crawl into the small hole because it wasn't larger than an opening to a doghouse.
Now, are we ready?
Asked Christina the other two kitty cat girls. Irie and Laura sat down on squatting to look into the hole that was just too black to be able to see anything at all, and they pressed the suitcase into the hole, while Laura looked around for any onlookers. Christina, Laura and Irie started then in turn to crawl into the hole when the two criminal brothers began to moving toward them. Irie, who was the last, managed to crawl into the hole just before Laura's brothers arrived on the scene. The younger brother rushed up to the oak tree with the strange glowing crystal flowers and took out the flashlight as he shone into the tree hole with. But in there he just saw roots and a part of the mountain as the tree grew, while the older brother ran past the tree without seeing neither hole or brilliant flowers. The younger brother turned questioningly to face his older brother, and then he saw that the old crystal flowers around the oak had disappeared. Then he looked back to the hole. Was also the hole in the tree gone? And he shrugged. These three girls made their way throughout all the oak roads, and they saw that the space was much wider than high. Christina began to see light in front of her, and he turned around and asked Laura where the mount have gone. Crawled out from the pit and looked around. Then they caught sight of a huge hedge ahead. the sky above looked brighter than before they had crept into the tree, which they pretended as they had come to a place where they have to put back the clock 1 or 2 hours. The girls took their suitcase and walked away towards the high hedge. A very long staircase spread out towards a hole in the hedge. As the gang took the aim towards, they followed the steps in through the hole into a gigant garden, an abundance of all kinds of flowers we could find, and even impossible ones, such as red bells and blue roses. A gigant light lilac purple cozy castle stood on the raisin plateau and had a terrace with the chairs and tables, so that you could sit outside and eat if you want to do that. The girls got up to the terrace in front of the castle and was there to study this world. After a while, a dude showed up from a different angle of the garden. He had glasses, long blonde hair like a heavy metal dude, and a long blue coat that ended at the bottom of his calves. Otherwise, people of heavy metal usually have long black coats on them, but he had a kinder blue one. When he got closer, he seemed clearer. So did the girl notice that he seems to be around 20-30 years old, and he had taken a walk in the woods. He also had high boots, some kind of black Dr. Martens undergrounds with blue ribbons, boots that heavy metal people usually have. He didn't seem to mind at all to be visited. He just trudged toward the gate to the castle to enter, without bothering the guest at all. When the young man had gone to the terrace, was Christina approached him and explained that a good witch had said that they should go here, by a large oak tree with a hole in it, and go to a light purple lilac castle. The dude stopped to look at the guest.
"We get cat shapes in time and in no time,"
said Christina.
"Oh, can you prove it?"
he asked curiously, as if he played the elimination. His voice sounded optimistic. The girls closed their eyes tightly and attempted to transform, but only Christine and Irie managed to shrink rapidly in size in order to be transformed into kittens.
"Oh, they're great. It wasn't bad, if I may say so,"
said the dude with an old-style accent, and became very interested. His view is that all 3 girls were born as cat girls, because the other 2 girls are influenced by the unique Christina's transformation. Ordinary people does not do this.
"What is great about this?"
asked the Rastafarian girl, wistful, she who hadn't transformed into a kitten as the other 2.
"Well, you are not only human, you are more than that,"
said the dude, encouraging, and said that the girls were more like gods and demons than just boring, useless humans. The other 2, however, discovered that they could not get back to the human forms, and they were standing there, and a golden yellow kitten and a snow white.
"Oh, well,"
said the dude after a moment, when he could understand the dilemma.
"I have just 2 things to say about this. Firstly, you are of school age and need a school to go to like everyone else. I happen to know some schools that would suit you fine. You just have to choose one. And secondarily, you need to learn to meditate."
The dude walked to the front door of his light lilac purple gothic castle, and the Rasta girl and the 2 kittens followed.
"Meditate?"
asks Laura, and twisted her head like a questioning kitten.
"Like I show you in to a suitable place, but you can practice it?"
"So we can stay here?"
asked Laura, pleasantly surprised.
"Yes,"
replied the dude, easily and happily.
"Arigatou gozaimasu,"
said the golden spotted kitten, so all become surprised, and Laura translates.
"It means thank you very much in Japanese."
"I will begin the meditation so that you will be understanding the point of it. And by the way, my name is Martinez."
The dude opened the front door and waited politely that the girls would go in first. They came into a bright Gothic hallway, which, among other things, at a door opening into a large white living room. Everything had the Gothic style, even on the inside. Laura released the 3 suitcases and went straight in and sat down in a soft sofa with the 2 kittens, while Martinus cuddled down in an armchair opposite. Laura closed her eyes while the 2 kittens looked at her in surprise. "I meant all 3 of you. You need to do this together," continues Martinus, and they closed their eyes, all 4. "Okay, here I come in," said the dude, and waving his hand, so a force field began to form around them, and spoke a few words in the strange language. Whips! They were all inside a huge forest again, just like the dream.
Are we back to square one again?
Asked Laura.
"From now on, you don't need me to come here to meditating. You can do this by yourselves. You have it within you,"
said Martinus before he opened his eyes. When he looked around, he saw that the Japanese and the white-haired girl was human again, but the Rastafarian girl, however, had become a black little kitten.
"Great cheese!"
He signed and rolled his eyes.
"Anyway, this is just for you, so you are free to find everything and learn magic that is here, and most of it is already available in this forest. This world functions like this. You have to solve puzzles to get gadgets, magics or keys that you will find, that you will use to get ahead. The magics or skills can of course be used in the ordinary reality, but here you can practice them without others being injured. But you can only learn to develop one magical part at a time, so it may take some time. You need to learn to master the transformation so you can control it a little better than you do now, so that you can go to school without problems as everyone else. There are lots of schools to choose from, and I think I can also ensure that you can get some lessons in the school. For young witches and wizards, the School of Witchcraft is my favorite. Then come back as 3 people, and you can contact me whether I'm here in this dimension or not. It can of course happen that I happens to wander around in this dimension as well as the forest around my castle when I have other matters to people who live in these forests. That is a mutation of the astral world, the spirit world and the dream world, and therefore may feel a little bit surreal and weird. As such, there is a visitable waterfall in the painting that is larger than the painting. There is a hole in a temple that is larger inside than outside and hangs in the air like steps that seems to float in the air without support. But now you have to get up to a mountain where there are several caves on the way up. Upside down water makes you float a while, and there are red berries that recreates the condition when you get tired and breathless. But do not worry, if something runs out, it will come back. I hope you all 3 were born as cat girls, because ordinary people does not become influenced by the unique Christina's transformation. But if not, it feels like that there is a mystery to explore. Have fun! And when you learn to get up, you will be teleported back to your bodies in my purple little castle. So I have put on some evening tea. So you are and learn math for that you are